From the moment Mr. Lowry walked through the doors at Gahanna, he wanted to establish a new culture. Once the program was able to show the school what it was capable of becoming, there was no looking back. And so year after year, the program continues to grow and become better. One way to keep the students motivated, as well as highlight their hard work, is the Student Emmy program.
Each year, the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, the Emmy people, have a student competition. It starts at the regional level, and we're in the Ohio Valley region. If you win the regional level, they then take the 19 regional winners from across the country and pass them on to national judging. From there, they pick national nominees, and then they pick national winners.
Because Mr. Lowry had plenty of experience in submitting for these student competitions from his time back at Amherst, it was never a question that he'd start doing the same at Gahanna. But there was seemingly no way that he could expect the same success, at least right away, considering Lincoln Live had just been born. But why not try anyway? What's the worst that could happen? And so, in that first year at Gahanna, Azaria Jackson had co-produced a show covering the diaspora program at Gahanna that would later be submitted.
So the story that I won an Emmy for was called Diaspora, Ever-Changing Voices of America, and it was a piece to highlight the diaspora showcase that is put on normally during like January or February. It's just like a multicultural showcase, talent showcase for students to just express themselves through dance, art, music, poetry, all of it. And he was like, there's still an opportunity, like things are getting pushed back with the academy, but I think we could still work on this and like make this work. We got a regional Emmy and then got nominated for nationals. Yeah, and then I got a national Emmy, and I remember Mr. Lowry invited me like Thanksgiving break sophomore year to come in to watch, and that's when it was announced, and it was just like an uproar of like enjoyment, enthusiasm, all of it. It was just crazy. It was so surreal. I'm like so grateful that like Mr. Lowry like pushed for it, because I never would have thought. My mind was not even thinking about that like at all. Because he came from a school that won Emmys like all the time, and I think he won that for us. I'm so happy for that.
This would become the first of many awards and began to establish Gahanna Lincoln's success, as well as a name for Lincoln Live.
In the 3 years we've competed here at Lincoln High School, the kids have won 24 regional student Emmys, and they've also won 6 national student Emmys.
But it's important to understand that these awards don't come easily. It takes hours of preparation, shooting, editing, and everything else that makes sure it's up to the Academy's standards. On Wednesdays, Lincoln Live doesn't broadcast a live show. On this particular Wednesday, they decided to use their free time to practice for one of their show entries. The work ethic shows. If the students wanted to, they would, and they do. Every step of the way, Mr. Lowry is there to push them.
Plan ahead, understand the schedule, know that you have extra time on this day, and plan on being here by 7:30 or 8. Plan on it. Budget it. Plan on being here early if you have entries. Don't plan on, oh sweet, I get to sleep in. Bull, get up and get here. Let's get these things done.
By now, it's no secret that Lincoln Live is a well-oiled machine. But every machine needs a little extra elbow grease, and Mr. Lowry has been that. In September of last year, it had been announced by the Ohio Board of Education that Mr. Lowry was chosen as 2024's Ohio Teacher of the Year.
The first thing I thought of is all my students throughout the years. Because if they didn't commit to what we do in 2002 and 3 and 8 and 12 and 17 and 19 and 21, etc., I wouldn't even be considered. But every kid I've ever had should feel like they have a piece of that, because the only reason why I'm recognized and I'm seen and that I'm viewed as a good teacher is because of the work that they've done. And so it's not an individual thing at all. I'm just the one that gets to go to the White House.
Because of this achievement, Mr. Lowry and the Lincoln Live program have had the opportunity to be recognized from schools and teachers all across the country. Naturally, with more eyes comes more growth, and the success of the last few years has allowed for growth beyond just Lincoln Live.
And what makes me the most proud is we just don't do Lincoln Live. We do the Lincoln Sports Zone, which is a sports broadcasting class. We have a film and documentary class. All 3 of our main classes have won a National Student Emmy in the last 2 years. It shows the depth of our program and the commitment of the kids.
5 years ago, the TV program at Gahanna was just another form of the daily announcements. Now, it's spread its wings and flown to heights no one could have imagined. Well, maybe one guy did. But what's most striking is the impact that it's had on these students, both members of the programs, as well as regular students in the school who get to feel heard.
We have an 11-minute opportunity every single day to make a positive impact on our school. It's a great responsibility that we take seriously and we commit to, and there's nothing better than making an impact on your school every single day, and your work to be seen by your peers every day, and that's what makes it special.
To these students, past and present, it means something to be or to have been a part of Lincoln Live.
Just to be able to say you're in Lincoln Live, I think, like, people just look at you differently when you say, you know, I'm in the Lincoln Live class, or I saw you on the news today, or something like that. So, like, when I'm anchoring, my English teacher will always be like, you did great on the news today. So those things are pretty rewarding.
Not to mention, the kids are getting practical experience every single day that could benefit them in a journalism career down the road.
I would say, I've said this before to other people, but truly and genuinely, I think that the TV class I took in high school was the most helpful class I've ever taken. It's nice to take other like journalism courses and things that you need to learn on that path, but being able to make packages and work as a team has like really impacted the things that I've needed to do.
And so going to colleges, like when I'm touring colleges and seeing their media program and seeing sometimes how our program's even better than theirs has been kind of a shock for me. And it makes me realize how fortunate we are at this school to have this program to really set us up for the future and get us a head start in everything.
Without this program, I would have never realized my passion for journalism and for TV and for writing and creating stories. After Lincoln Live, I'm going to OSU for journalism.
It simply couldn't be what it is today without the hard work and dedication of each member, as well as Mr. Lowry's guidance. Let this program be an example that anything is possible, so long as you run faster, work harder, and have fun.
Thanks again for watching the show, and a big thank you to Mr. Lowry and his students for letting me come visit. Once again, from Buckeye TV, I'm Dominic Spradlin.
Oh yeah, she did.
I was gonna say.
Yes, send me an email or text. Excuse me.